Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Nadazar back at you. Outside, I decided to come outside, tired of being a hermit and shit. But nah, that's a lie, because I've been getting my motherfucking workout on with that dead game strength cartel shit. Go ahead and check that shit out if you're really trying to get your pump. As you can see, your boy trying to get that chest up there. That's besides the point. I just want to put this video out because I've been kind of holding it because I feel like people might not receive it well. Not that I really care about what people think. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you what the consequences of are gangbanging. And just hear me out for the people that might not be paying attention. I'm not here to deter anybody from going that route, because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do, and ain't nothing an old head like me, which people say that a lot, ain't nothing that an old head like me going to tell you that's going to deter you from going that route. A lot of you fools going to find out the hard way exactly what it consists of and don't really have it here in that gorra when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? I know I rolled the R's a little bit too hard, but you know, my Spanish a little fucked. Nah, I won't even say fucked up. It's just I tend to roll R's when I don't have to. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to what I was talking about. Now, as far as like, I'm gonna use an example. Like this dude 6'9". A lot of people that take up for this fool, they say, oh, this fool 6'9" had the right to do this, he had the right to do that, because they said they were going to violate him, they were going to do something to his family, they were going to do something to his girl, or not even do something to his girl, but his girl supposedly gave this fool head or whatever, and that was his justification for snitching on everybody. At the end of the day, it don't matter. If you get involved in the hood, and somebody's going to do something to you, you do to them before they do to you. If somebody threatened to do something to your family, then you do something. You don't have to do nothing to their family. You do something to them before they can get to your family, because that's the consequences of gangbanging. See, what people don't understand, I constantly hear people cry and use that same excuse, oh, this dude did this because they were going to do this. At the end of the day, when you get into a hood, you know that you're dealing with wolves, because if you're dealing with anything but wolves, then you don't need to be in that gang, because at the end of the day, if you a bitch, they gonna turn around and do what you might do in the future, and that's to tell on you or do something shiesty. Look it. When you get in the hood, it's like this. Not everybody from your hood is your homeboy, and that's the thing where fools get it twisted. It's the same as when they go to prison. They're like, oh yeah, you know, it's all double S. That's true, but not everybody from the double S is gonna like you. Not everybody representing the car is going to like you. There's some fools that's going to like you just because you might have a little bit more juice than him, or maybe people tend to like you a lot more than him because you might be one of those types that know how to keep your mouth shut and don't be out there on the tier speaking on shit that you don't speak about. There's always going to be that type that hates you for whatever you do, and it don't matter what you do in life. It's just they're gonna hate you. They just dislike you because there's an insecurity within themselves. Now, the whole thing I'm talking about, the only reason I made this video is because dudes still be crying about this shit. Oh, you know, my homeboy fucked with my chick, he did this, he did that. At the end of the day, like I said, you dealing with wolves. You're dealing with wolves, and you're dealing with fools that really don't get two fucks about you. Like I said, out of your whole hood, maybe 2 or 3 people will actually be there for you. And you can tell off the back exactly who gonna be there for you. And even then, you gotta put only a certain amount of trust in individuals, because a lot of dudes are plotting to take your place. Like you got dudes that you gotta pay attention. Ain't no dudes showing up to my door out of nowhere. Ain't no homies doing this, ain't no homies doing that. You know why? Because I don't allow it. I don't have that much trust in an individual to have a motherfucker show up at my door. There ain't no dudes kicking in my house when I'm not there. None of that shit. Because at the end of the day, I understand the ways of the wolf. I understand individuals. I understand this gangbanging shit and the scandalous shit that's behind it. You got dudes that's busted right now because their homie did them wrong, and they turned out and popped that fool just for the simple fact because within them, they kept that G code, but his homie didn't see it like that. He seen it like this. You don't kick it with me, I don't kick it with you. We don't run in the same crowd. We might be from the same vodka, but we don't run in the same crowd. So why should I have to respect you? There's a homie that he had put a video out, and he was basically talking about, you know what I mean, how he did his homie wrong, and how he was smashing on this dude's chick while this dude was busted, and that, you know, somehow he found justification that. But at the end of the day, I know that individual, so I ain't really gonna speak on it, because at the end of the day, he is a good homie, but he was scandalous. And a lot of homies are like that. A lot of, not just homies, you got Bloods, you got Crips, you got Whites, you got people that just don't care about you. But that's what you gotta understand. When you join a gang, only a few fools out of your hood is gonna really respect you. You got dudes killing their homies right now over money, and these fools grew up with them since the birth. Hades, que y'all know? My dog be going crazy on that little toy. But you see what I'm saying? A lot of fools get it twisted. They get in their hood and they think, oh my God, you know, this, it's everything. This is family and they ain't gonna never do me wrong. If you go in with that thought, you're gonna fail. You're gonna be one of those fools that end up being a disgruntled employee, or you're gonna be one of those fools doing the rest of your life because your homeboy did you wrong. But understand, just because they from your hood, they not all your homeboys. Not everybody from my section or from my hood is my homeboy. He's just somebody from the hood. Yeah, I'll ride for him because at the end of the day, I chose to get involved in that and I chose to give my life for that cause. But I know certain individuals that I just don't fuck with it, and always been like that. Mostly the fools that I fucked with like solid, no longer gangbang. They doing their thing. I had my best homeboy do this with my sister, whatever, like that. Now that was one fool I could tell you I used to get that fool in major trouble, but at the end of the day, that dude never betrayed me. Never. I don't give a fuck what was thrown at him. I don't give a fuck what was said. He never betrayed me and always went to bat. And I know to this day, if I really needed that dude, he would do his thing, but I would never put him in that position because that's what homies do. But there ain't a lot of cats that see it like that. There's a lot of cats that won't give their life for you. And the ones that will, we tend to run over in the first place because it's a certain level of respect. Real motherfuckers recognize the real. But if you can't recognize cats that are faking this game, the ones that only fuck with you because there's something that they can benefit out of it. There's a gang of cats I know that are like that. But that's what happens when you deal with the nature of the wolf. Wolves are scandalous. It's like when you see a pack, you got the beta, you got the alpha, and then you got them other ones. The ones at the beginning of the pack, the ones at the end of the pack. And if there's any weakness in the alpha, the beta challenges him. And if not the beta, somebody in the pack will challenge him because weakness is not accepted. Now, when you're dealing with hoods, that's the same terminology. That's the same pattern of thinking. If they see you weak, a weak individual, and they see your lady and they might want her, some motherfuckers are so scandalous that they'll do whatever it takes to get her. Some fools will cross you, personally send you on missions in order for you to get caught up so they can end up with your woman. Some are just outright to see the weenie in you and take your girl and dare you to do something about it and then make us some excuse like you wasn't really with it in the first place. You got dudes that have smut their own homeboys up in order to take their position. Dudes want to take care of your kids because they see something in your girl that they've always wanted, and they don't respect you enough to stay the fuck away from it. And then you got homies that may have wanted the same person you wanted, but knew to slide back because they knew that the only way it's going to end is either they kill you or you're going to kill them and end up in prison because they know what type of person they deal with. Understand them rules, and you will always do good. And then you can make a sane decision whether you want to be out here on the streets doing whatever. Because at the end of the day, when you get locked up in that cage, your woman and everything else that you hold dearly is open season. And not too many motherfuckers are going to respect that. And that's just the way of the game when you're dealing with wolves. Don't deal with sheeps. You get into your hood because you want wolves. You want motherfuckers that's out there riding, fools that have your back, fools willing to do the dirt. But understand there's concepts and shit comes along with that. Soon as you start showing weakness, homies, and even if you don't show weakness, there's cats out here that they know that you put in all this work, you get life, and they try to take advantage of you. I've had homies do that shit because I was incarcerated, but now they bitch ass is resting in piss. You know what I'm saying? And some fools just ain't no good. And even if they were still good, they wouldn't come around me because they already know what time it is. But that's just the consequences, and I accepted it. I mean, we still would have had to get that out of the principle. It's disrespect for you to try to go behind my back and do something that's going to get you crossed up, to fuck with something that belongs to me. It's a good thing that I'm able to hold mine down, so I had to worry about them going to do anything like that. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't cry about it. I just knew that if we ever ran into each other, it was on sight. But like I said, them fools are resting pissed, so it don't even matter. The whole thing, like I said in this video, because I seen the homie Dopey and he's busted. Like I said, that gang shit'll haunt you. And a lot of people don't understand when they see me, they be like, this fool Zod's still involved in that shit. It don't have nothing to do with that. But there's some people that will never forgive you for things that you did. And they sit and they plot and they wait. But I understand the way of the wolf, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not putting nobody in a position to where they could backstab me. I don't have homies all up in my house around nobody I'm with. I'm not with my chick hugging no other dudes. I don't do none of that. And that's the level of respect that I keep. Just like I don't go out of my way to hug none of they chicks. It's just the way it is. You invite that shit in your house, and that's how you have problems. But that's the whole thing. That's all I really want to say. Understand that when you gangbang, not everybody from your hood is gonna be your homie. And when you're dealing with wolves, the way of the wolf is to feed off the ones that are too weak. You know what I'm saying? Not even too weak, just the ones that show weakness. You know what I'm saying? You can't run your pack if you show weakness. So somebody's always gonna want to take your place. And the same when dudes see your girl or see this and they figure they can take it, money or whatever, they're gonna take it because they feel like they should have it, and that's just the way of the wolf. Hold down your pack. But anyway, so that's basically all I want to say when it comes to that gangbanging shit. Just know what you get yourself into. And if you get involved in it and somebody do you wrong, understand that's just the way of the game. Loyalty is a motherfucker. And you got to really go and act accordingly and really go through who you fuck with to understand who's actually loyal to you and who just saying they loyal to you. Yeah, I know I got it all jumbled up. But anyways, you get my point. I'm your boy Zod, and I'm out.